Okay, so linear question number 2. Again, this one here caused a few people some problems. You just have to think of it as linear. You're just walking around the outside of this shape. Some people, you just kept 23 feet 2.5 and then added that somewhere in, but that number, even though it's in here, has nothing to do with linear directly. You have to use that value to figure out some of the other components, so we can actually calculate the perimeter of this shape, right? Because that number it doesn't give us the information we need. We need to break that down, okay? Again, we can do this feet, inches, and fractions, except this radius section. So first off, before I get to do the radius section from here to here, right? I'm going to first figure out the other numbers. So, and again, I'm going to work in decimal feet because that's what I choose to do. You can also work in inches. Doesn't really matter. I'm not really picky. As long as we answer, hopefully in feet, inches, and fractions of an inch, I'll be fine. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert my answers here, or my numbers here, to decimals. I just find it makes it easier in the end, rather than working fractions back and forth. So I have 4.375. That's 4 3/8. If you're unsure, just do 3 divided by 8 plus 4. Then it's in your calculator. Divide by 12, which means that this is 15.36453. And then I have the 2.5, so 2.5 divided by 12. And I'll just erase this real quick. So this equals 23.20833. Okay, so first thing is this is a half of a circle, which means the dimension from here to here is the same as the dimension from here to here, which is the same as the dimension from here to here, which means to figure out the radius of this circle, I just have to subtract the two values that I have. Subtract 15.3 from 23.208, and that will give me this value, which is going to be the same as this value here and this value here, right? Because it's the radius. The radius is the same radius anywhere around the circle, okay? So I have 23.20833. I'm going to minus 15.364583, which gives me, as the radius here, 7.84375, which means this is also 7.84375, which means this is also, 7.84375. Okay, so right now I have 4 of the sides that I need, right? I have this one, I have this one, this one, and this one. Now I just need this circle. Well, for that, we need to do circumference. So I'm going to do that right here. Circumference equals 2 pi r. Okay, I'm just going to go through this step by step, just so you guys see this. I'm not going to do like algebraic methods right here, right now. Let's just do this as is. So I'm going to find the circumference of this entire circle, if it were a whole circle. So it'd be 2 times pi times the radius, which is 7.84375. So I have that number in my calculator right now. I'll do times pi. I'll just hit the pi button. I have it there, and then times it by 2. Okay, this gives me 49.28373,477, so on and so forth. But that would be the entire circle, right? That'd be the whole thing. We don't want that. We only want half of it. So what I need to make sure I do here is divide this by 2 to get half the circle, which leaves us with 24.64186,739, so on and so forth. So now I have enough to answer this. I'm going to try and erase some of this blue here, just try and get it out of our faces. Hopefully that's enough that we won't get confused. I will do this circumference thing in green. Now, because I now have that circumference, half of the circle circumference in my calculator right now, I'm going to start right down here. I already have this distance in my calculator. So next up, I need to add this distance. Well, it's going to be the same as this one, right? Because this line down here from here to here is 15 feet 4 3/8, which means this line is also 15 feet 4 3/8. Right? So that's my next number to add. Plus 15.36458 plus, and I'll just keep going around now, plus 7.84375. Oops, I didn't do. $7.84375. And then I'll add this one again, 15 feet 4 3/8. So plus 15.36458.3, and then add last 7 feet. So plus 7.84375. So I got all the numbers sitting in my calculator right now. So perimeter equals, because I just added this last one in, perimeter equals 74.05853.405. So answering this in, I know I have 74 feet. I can erase that from the calculator. So minus 74. It leaves me with 0.05. So my next step here is to times this by 12, which gives me 0.7. That means that there's 0 inches, right? And then I can take the balance and times by 16, which is 11/16. Okay, answer's done. 74 feet, 0 and 11/16. That is linear number 2.